Coach says you want to be on ESPN. Is that as a player or an announcer?
Both.
Both? Really?
Yes, sir. Yeah, be on ESPN as a player, and hopefully once my playing days are over, I can go on ESPN, CBS, whatever it is, and be, and me personally, I would like to be in the booth like Tony Romo, Robert Griffin III. I would like to do something like that, but if I'm in the studio somewhere, I'm cool with that as well.
What's your major?
Communications.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
When did you realize you wanted to do stuff like that?
I think I realized that when I realized growing up, I just didn't want to do anything else other than sports. So I was like, well, I mean, if I'm not playing it for forever, then I can for sure talk about it. So that was my plan.
Same.
How tough is it? I mean, you know MJ and AJ and Marquez, they've been around for a long time, but nobody likes to sit, right? I mean, to wait, as you have, I mean, what was your mindset over the last couple of years? You know those guys are there, so you kind of know maybe what the opportunity is.
Yeah, no, it was just really just waiting on my turn for real. Just learning from those guys daily for the past 2 years, learning from what they see on the field, learning from what technique they would use. It was just a time for me to really learn and grow as a player because, in all honesty, I wasn't there as much as I thought I was there. Coach Collins saw I wasn't there, so he just wanted me to continue to learn from under them. And now that they're gone and it's my time to come onto the scene, now it's my turn to help bring these young guys up and help teach them.
What were some of the things that Coach Collins or Coach Nardi or anybody talked to you about what they needed to see from you going into this season?
Just having full confidence in myself to know that I can go out there and just play ball for real and have confidence in myself when I'm going for the ball, be sound in my tech and just be a good all-around player.
But they're also talk about leadership aspects and they need you to step up maybe and speak and try to get guys going.
Yeah, Collins, we talked about it for a good couple times. He really wanted me to step up and be more of a vocal leader. And I think I've done that. I can do better at that for sure, but I think I've done good at it so far. Because for the most part, growing up, I've always been I'm gonna show you how to do it, and I'm more of I'm gonna show you how to get it done type person. But it's different being a vocal leader, and so I'm just trying to continue to get better at doing that.
What is it about your game day mentality that attracted you to Pitt, where the defense, where the cornerbacks play one-on-one most of the time?
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, for our defense, it's kind of similar to how I kind of played in high school. So for our defense, being a man-to-man is not really anything new to me. It's just something that I'm continuing to carry over from that lower level now up.
Is that something that appeals to you, the one-on-one guy?
Yeah, I like to say I'm on an island a lot. So I just kind of take pride in that, and whoever steps up has to get strapped.
How much time when the guys in the safety position like TJ, Donovan, and Devon that played so much last year? How has that helped you and the other corners that are going to be starting for the first time this year?
Right. Well, since they got playing time last year, they know what to expect, and I have full trust and faith in the guys to make the right call. So whenever I'm in doubt, I just look back there at whoever's behind me, and I know they're gonna give me the right call. And I know they're gonna go out there and do their job, and I'm gonna do my job. And I just feel like, with those guys back there and me and whoever else is on the other side at corner, I feel like we're all gonna gel pretty nice this year.
I was at the combine. I got the chance to talk to MJ and Bub, and they said both were each other's best rivals. They pushed each other to get to where they're at now. Who's the rival that pushes you the most in practice?
Yeah, I say for me, it's really two people. I'll say Kanate Montfield and Kenny Johnson. Those are the two main people that I'll probably go up against most times, just based off of how they line up, or just even in one-on-ones. A shout out to those guys. They push me to be my best every day, and I hope I'm pushing them to be their best every day.
Who wins most of the time?
I like to say I win most of the time.
What makes them tough to guard, and what makes you what do you feel like you do well against them?
Yeah, what makes both of them tough to guard is that they're very quick at the line. They're twitchy type people, and Kenny, he's a stronger type guy, so he'll be able to use his leverage and his weight to push off you and stuff like that. And Tay, he's just you gotta be careful. If you go one way, he's going back the other way. You just gotta be careful with watching him. So and with me, I just feel like the way I kind of handle and go about that is I just try to make sure I get hands on and just try to stay in their hip and just go from there.
Have you noticed a difference in what you're able to do against those guys this year versus last year?
I wouldn't say it's much of a difference. I mean, I've changed a little bit, just trying to be more aggressive at the line. But really, I wouldn't say much has changed. It's just being more confident in my ability and in my tech.
It's had a reputation of having talented corners, guys roll in, guys going to the draft. What's it feel like to maybe be the face of that new group and the pressure of trying to lead that group after his been had?
Well, I don't really see pressure to it. I just kind of find it as, you know, just a new challenge in life. You know, it's my time, it's my turn to, you know, shine and be on that stage. Like I saw MJ and them at the combine, and you know, of course, I've grown up watching the combine and the draft. So that's something I hope and God willing, I'm able to do that one day.
You have a unique perspective on the quarterbacks. You can see how the ball comes out of their hands and how they hit the receivers. What stood out for me, stood out to you about some of those guys?
Yeah, the quarterback, they're all different in their own type of way, and they all have their own personal advantages. So you really have to study all of them differently. You can't really look at them all the same. And of course, with the receiver, you can't watch them all the same. They all have their own different thing. So you just gotta be attentive. You gotta be attentive to just watching film, looking at the quarterback's shoulder, looking at how a receiver releases, just things in that nature.
What's the approach for you compared to last season, this season when you just sprint ball? How does your approach change now because you're international?
My approach is just to attack every day. Just try to be the best every day that I can be. Try to bring my teammates up to be the best they can be, and just dominate every day, get 3% better.
Marquez and MJ certainly talked a lot on the field. Do you give a little bit of that in your game as well?
They might have translated some of it to me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, they might have, but but no, yeah, they definitely helped when I got here, brought my confidence up to just have confidence in myself. Like, yeah, you can talk on the field a little bit, you can talk a little bit, and I really appreciate those guys.
You were a track star in high school, right?
I want to say star, but I ran it for sure.
What's been the biggest challenge converting what you got used to in track into football? They're not the same speeds.
Nah, so I mean, track and football, they're not the same speed, but I would like to say track kind of does translate a little bit, just because when you're running, like if you're a fast person, you're a fast person naturally, and I just feel like with track, it helps with your carryover speed, down the field speed, your turnover. I feel like track just kind of helps in those type of ways.
What's your best 40?
My best 40, the best 40 I ran last summer was 4.49, so I'm hoping to get that down.